UFC 304, Edwards versus Muhammad 2. Quick pick predictions. If you don't know what this is, I'm running through all of these 14 fights at UFC 304 really fast, giving you my explanation as fast as possible and giving you the predictions. Of course, if you want a more in-depth breakdown, go check out the full card predictions where I go a little bit more in-depth to each of the matchups. But let's start with the first fight. Elliott Ardene and Shauna Bannon. I think Elliott is going to put on that pressure, come forward, and I think Shauna is going to stay at range, counter Elliott as she comes in, kick her at range, and I kind of expect this to be mainly a striking matchup with Shauna Bannon barely coming out on top. I got her by a decision, maybe a split, maybe a unanimous, but a close decision. Parkin, Brzeski. I think everywhere this fight goes, Mick is going to be the better fighter. I think he's better on the feet with his boxing at range. He doesn't really go for the finish, which is interesting from a heavyweight for sure, but he's undefeated. He's a lot bigger than Brzeski. He's better in the clinch, and whatever Lucas is trying to do with takedowns, I think he could defend all of Brzeski's takedowns and maybe even get a takedown on Lucas. So again, I think everywhere the fight goes, Mick will get the win. I just don't think he has that killer instinct to get the finish just yet. Maybe in a future fight, but in the UFC, he doesn't have that killer instinct. So I'll go Parkin by unanimous decision. Sam Patterson, Kiefer Crosby. I'm going to say it right now. It's either a Kiefer Crosby knockout in round 1, in round number 2, really fast finish, or, Sam Patterson goes out there and he's able to stay at range, stay away from the big shots, get the fight to the ground at some point, whether he's countering Kiefer as he's coming in, or just based on taking him down, because he's got to go through a big reach of Sam Patterson to get into the inside to land those knockout shots. But if he's not able to, I think Sam stay at range, survive the onslaught early and take down, get the back of Kiefer Crosby, and I think we got another Sam Patterson submission happening right there. First finish of the card at 170 pounds. Manel Kape and Mokaev at 125 pounds. I was about to say 115, but this fight is obviously a striker versus grappler matchup. It's one of those where it's literally coming down to, can Mokaev get the takedowns consistently throughout 3 rounds and keep Manel Kape on the ground? I don't believe that's going to happen. I think there's a great chance it does. Muhammad is very good. He just keeps shooting takedown after takedown after takedown over and over again. So if he's able to, I would not be surprised. This is literally a pick'em type of a fight at 125 pounds. Manel is actually a pretty big underdog, which is interesting. I think it's a pick'em. But I lean Manel to defend these takedowns, keep it on the feet, and outstrike Muhammad for at least 2 out of 3 rounds. But I think one of the judges, they're in England, they'll probably give a round to Mokaev. So I got it a 29-28 split decision win for Manel Kape in this fight. Elliott and Preston Parsons. I'll say right now, I looked at Elliott's interview recently. He's predicting a knockout win over Preston Parsons. It looks like he wants to keep this one on the feet and land a big shot on Preston, but I don't think it will stay on the feet. I think Preston will land the takedown, grind out Elliott with the wrestling and with the grappling, stay on top, a little bit of ground and pound, few submission attempts, things like that. I just think Preston's fought the better guys. He's the better wrestler. He's the better grappler. And if we're looking at height and reach type of stuff, it is very even, so it's not like Oban's going to have Preston come to him and he can counter him with some big shots. I think Preston will get on the inside very well and mix in those takedowns. Preston Parsons, unanimous decision. Underdog pick right here. We already have one in Manel Kape. I think everyone else is the favorite. But number 2, underdog of the card, Marcin Parac. This one's simple. I still believe it's going to be a 29-28 fight that goes either way, but I do lean the underdog in Marcin Parac for the simple fact that he throws more volume. He's constantly chucking out leg kicks and front kicks and body shots and things like that. Every now and then, I think Modestas will get a little bit frozen in this fight, not throwing the same volume as Marcin Parac. Again, I said in my actual breakdown, I think Modestas will land more shots to the head, but not huge shots that are going to hurt Marcin. And I think Marcin's activity and volume is going to be the key here. I got Marcin 29-28 in a really close fight. Lauhren and Hadley, short notice. If you don't know, now now you know. Jake Hadley's coming in and replacing, what's the name? Ramon Tavares due to, I forget what his injury was. I'm not actually sure. 2 Cage Warriors champions right there, but Kalan is the bantamweight. Jake is the flyweight. Obvious size discrepancy there. Kalan usually is looking to grind you out on the ground with wrestling and grappling, but he can strike as well. I think the striking is a little bit more even than the grappling is. I think if it does go to the ground, Kalan, if he gets on top, he'll be able to keep Jake Hadley there. Stay on top, ground and pound a little bit. I don't think Kalan has a higher chance of finish here. I think actually Jake is more likely to go out there and get the finish because he's very good on bottom with his arm bars and triangle chokes and things like that. He's very good at submitting guys from bottom or attempting those submissions from bottom and always staying active with those submissions. But I think Kalan's good enough to stay away, keep the ground and pound, keep the control, and win a unanimous decision. Molly McCain, Bruna Brazil, the odds are insane. I mentioned that in the video as well. I think Bruna has a very good shot to just land more volume as Molly's coming in. But it comes down to, can Bruna actually throw good volume? She doesn't usually. She needs to up the pace here on Molly McCain, because you know Molly's coming forward, putting on that pressure. And that's why I do have Molly by decision, but Bruna really needs to throw more if she's going to get the win. But I have Molly putting that pressure on, kind of wilting Bruna a little bit here and getting a 29-28 decision. Nathaniel Wood and Daniel Pineda, you already know Daniel's a finisher, or he's getting finished. He's that type of a guy. I think round 1, he'll get close. He will get close on Nathaniel Wood. Maybe rock Nathaniel on the feet. Get close to a submission, but Nathaniel is a hard guy to submit. I think he will survive. I think he will go into round number 2 with a little bit faded, a little bit gassed out Daniel Pineda. And I think Nathaniel will crack him on the feet. Little bit of ground and pound, and I'm going to go Nathaniel Wood to get the round 2 TKO. Main card, Arnold Allen, Giga Shechadze in the featherweight division. Way closer than the odds have it. It's crazy that Arnold's over like a 2-1 favorite when Giga has a very good shot of just keeping this on the feet and outstriking. I do have Arnold winning because I think he will initiate a few grappling sequences here. I think obviously Arnold, that's not really his style. He likes to keep it on the feet, but you have to mix in some clinch. You got to grind and work on the gas tank of Giga. That's what I think will get the win for Arnold, just barely enough. But am I confident in it? You'll see in my confident picks video if you go watch that one. No, I'm not at all confident in Arnold Allen to win this one. This is way, way closer than people think. But I think Arnold will land the harder shots because I think he has more power than Giga. Mix in a little bit of clinching, a little bit of grappling, and get that close decision. Gregory Rodriguez, Christian Leroy Duncan. I am going to go dog here again. This is my 3rd underdog so far for UFC 304, and it is on Gregory Rodriguez. He's the dog. He's coming in on short notice to replace me, Robert Berkshik. That's not me if you're wondering. But Gregory is the more experienced guy. He's fought way, way tougher competition and has beaten a lot of really, really good guys. You have to have crazy, crazy power to knock out Gregory Rodriguez. And I'm not saying Christian doesn't have power. He doesn't have the power that Gregory's used to that are finishing Gregory Rodriguez. I don't think he's going to be able to pose a huge threat with the hands in hurting Gregory. I think with maybe the kicks, maybe the knees, with the elbows. Christian could have a lot of success here. But I think Gregory's going to come through that fire early in round number 1. Lose round 1 because he's got to get through that fire. But in round 2 and in round number 3, he's going to get inside that fire again. Make Christian Leroy Duncan wilt under that pressure, that constant coming forward and mixing some takedowns as well. He's really good on the ground. And I got Gregory by winning round 2, winning round 3, losing round 1. Unanimous decision. Won't be surprised if there's a finish in the slightest. Bobby versus Patty. I'm going to go Patty as another underdog for UFC 304. I think on the feet, I think Patty could hurt Bobby. I think Bobby could hurt Patty. You might be like, oh, Patty's a horrible striker. Sure, he's not the best. His chin's up in the air. But Bobby's chin is going downhill fast. So I think there's a chance he could hurt him on the feet. But obviously, you know, Patty's mainly going to be looking to throw some big shots on the feet. Maybe hurt Bobby. Maybe just get him to get his hands up like that. And then shoot the takedown. I think Patty will be able to get the takedowns here. He's not going to be able to submit Bobby. Bobby's a hard guy to submit. So I think Paddy will win 2 rounds, lose 1 round, and I think we're going to get another split decision, kind of like that Jared Gordon fight, where it's going to come down to some ground and pound and a submission attempt from Paddy on the ground, and maybe a few harder shots on the feet for Bobby. It's going to go either way, but I think they'll give it to Paddy in a really, really close fight. Aspinall versus Blaydes. I think Curtis has a great shot if he's able to slow this fight down, make it a little bit of a sparring match in a sense, and then mix in some takedowns, but I don't think you will be able to land those before Tom is able to land on the chin of Curtis. I got round 2, Tom Aspinall TKO. Again, do not doubt Curtis, but I think Tom is going to catch him with a shot straight down the middle on Curtis Blaydes, and I think Curtis is going to keep on pumping the jab. He's going to get wobbled by a shot down the middle from Tom, and I think while he's going for another jab, Tom's going to catch him overhand right. In round number 2, Aspinall TKO. And then the main event, I got Leon by decision. What'd you think I was going to say here? I got Leon winning by a decision in the main event. I think round 1, he will win. Round 2, he will win. Round 3, he will win. Round 4, Belal will win. I think Belal is going to come back knowing he's down on the scorecards with a vengeance, going crazy in round 4. Takedown, and he's really going to start to wilt at Leon Edwards. And I think round 5 is going to be a little bit slow to start. Then Belal is going to put on that pressure, walk into some punches and things like that. And I think round 5 is a 50-50. So 48-47 or 49-46 for Leon Edwards. In the main event, those are the quick pick predictions. I think it was like 9-10 minutes. So not a bad one. Thank you for watching my quick pick prediction video. You already know. Check that pinned comment down below. If you want all the bets, I got a parlay with a few guys I feel pretty good about. I got a few props I added earlier today, and they need a lot of money line bets. I'm feeling good on a lot of money lines, especially the underdogs, like I said. But if you want to see all of those, pin comment down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.